If you want to get your partner to take accountability for something, right? To actually want to take accountability for things, the best thing you can do is take accountability first. Now, follow me here. I don't mean take accountability for something that is not your fault, right? Something that you need to take accountability for. But typically, in any situation or dynamic in a relationship, we play a role, things we do or did not do, right? But really, the game changing piece isn't that you need to take accountability for a particular circumstance to get your partners to want to take accountability. If you can take accountability outside of the moment of an issue for whatever you can think of that you could take accountability for in your relationship, that alone starts planting the right seeds of inspiration to your partner to do the same in return. See, half the time we struggle to take accountability in different matters in our relationship because maybe our partners come to us with a certain energy that doesn't feel inviting, doesn't feel safe, or doesn't feel condemning to take accountability in, right? To where we feel like, oh, if I take accountability for this, it's going to be, oh, see, yep, yeah, you're the culprit, you're the bad guy, whatever the case is. And we don't want to feel that. And so your ego makes you want to try to fight and defend. And if anything, point the finger back the other direction because you don't want to be the bad guy. So it's less about your partner not wanting to take accountability for things. And it's more about them not wanting them taking accountability to mean what in their minds they feel it will mean, which is they're the problem or they're the bad part of the equation, right? But whenever they feel, okay, it's a safe space to take accountability because you're willing to take accountability, right? And they're like, oh, well, if my partner will take accountability and they'll do it openly and freely, and I see it, that doesn't make them look bad or they don't feel like they're less than or whatever, and I'm not making them feel that way, then now maybe it's okay for me to do the same thing in return. So what you do is you wait for there to be a moment outside of the issues maybe you guys been dealing with, right? Even if it is about that issue, wait till you're outside of the moment of it. Don't try to do it while you're in the middle of it. Doesn't help because usually emotions are running high and there's negative energy going on already because you guys are upset or whatever the case is. So you wait until there's a calm peace time, right? Or moment going on. And in your own little space, you think of something that you can take accountability for in the relationship, or maybe it's to do with a matter you guys are dealing with. And you go to your partner proactively. You say, hey, can I talk to you for a second? I just wanted to, say I'm sorry for XYZ, or acknowledge that when I did XYZ, I probably shouldn't have done that, right? Or that wasn't the right way to handle that or to approach you or whatever. Or I could have did a better job at letting you know this, whatever your thing is, go to them proactively and take accountability for it. Here's the trick. When you're going to do this, do not expect accountability from them in return for that same circumstance, right? Allow them the space to decide to actually take accountability. But here's where you're really going to win in this. And again, this is not really about winning because if you win, they lose, right? But it's about you guys winning as a unit. So here's where you win to where you both win. I want you to be consistent in this, right? Not like you got to find something to take accountability for every day, but make a pattern of just coming to your partner left field without them seeing it coming and saying, hey, I just wanted to acknowledge and say, I want to, take accountability for this thing that I did or whatever, or I wanted to own up to something that I feel I could have did better in or whatever. Make a pattern of it as consistent as it needs to be for you. Like I said, it doesn't need to be every day. Maybe it's, I don't know, once a week or every other day or once every 2 weeks, whatever it is. You want to create a pattern that they can recognize. And when they see this pattern, they're going to recognize, oh my gosh, you've been really owning your side of the equation. And the big piece in it is you've been owning your side of the equation without expecting anything from them in return, to where they really see this ain't about you trying to say, I'm taking accountability for this now, when you're going to take accountability for your side. No, you're just owning your stuff. What's happening when you're doing that? You are setting an example. You are showing in real time that you can take accountability and be fined for it, that you don't lose anything for it, that you see your partner enough to where you're willing to just own up to your part, to where now they feel inspired to do the same. If anything, your partner will most likely start feeling like they're being a jerk or they're being an a-hole if they don't start to reciprocate in some way, if there's something that they genuinely feel that they need to take accountability for, right? And nothing inspires someone to self-reflect more, to consider whether they do have something to take accountability for, than you doing it first in scenarios. If you're always taking all this accountability, your partner's going to want to feel like, wow, I want to do something like that too. I want to make you feel like, you're being seen and heard too, and things that maybe you feel I should do better, or I could do better. So they're going to start searching through their mind for things they can take accountability for to match you in this new, example, this framework you've set. And why do they want to match that? Because it feels good. It feels great whenever you come to them and you acknowledge things you're taking accountability for. Makes them feel like reassured and feel heard and seen, and they feel like they matter, right? And in turn, they're going to want you to feel the same way. You're helping them feel things that is inspiring and feeds their spirit. So they're going to want to return the favor because you are their partner. And at the end of the day, they don't want to be your enemy. They just feel like they need to be sometimes, because when there's issues at hand, you guys are pointing fingers. But now you've taken the finger pointing out of the equation, and now they don't need to be guarded anymore. So now they're going to be more inclined to want to come to you and proactively take accountability for the things that they have to own up to, because they know it's not going to be a negative outcome when they do it, because you set the tone for it to be safe to do so. Here's the gift ultimately in it. If you start doing this consistently and your partner never does return that favor, right? Because maybe they genuinely don't feel like they ever do anything wrong or have any accountability to take. Now you're seeing a flag one, right? To let you know this person may not be workable because they're not willing to take accountability for anything in the equation. Maybe you're not meant to get to the finish line with me. Or maybe you come to learn that they just really can't get out of their own way with their own ego, to where it's not workable, because now there's no balance, because they can't be constructive and grow, because they're not willing to admit there's things they need to work on to grow in. Or you get a great partner that wants to meet and match you and starts to take more accountability and works with you to resolve conflicts so much easier and so much faster, because both of you have the habit now of trying to see, where can I take accountability to be a part of the solution and not keep putting fuel in the fire of the problem. So you either get a more harmonious relationship, right, that you're happy in, or you learn maybe this person is not meant to go to the finish line with you, and you can move on to make space for the person that will. Let's get it.